Oh yes, mango is very, very delicious. But you need sticky rice with coconut milk.
Yes.
Mango, yes. It's a mango season now in Thailand. Beginning of the season.
Wow.
By the way, can I ask the attention of Toastmasters Sitipon?
Can we rename using the format of the club name and the meeting role? What do you think?
So
and for visiting Toastmaster, you can rename with the VTM and your name. So for members of Thailand Online and World Travelers, please put your club before your name.
Okay.
Yes, if you are TOTC,
right?
kindly put your name at the
Yes.
end of your name. And if you are from WTC, please put at the end of your name so that we will know. Okay, may I now call our Sergeant at Arms to please say something about the club roles? And afterwards, we will open the meeting. TM Cherry, please.
Thanks to you, Toastmaster April. Good morning or evening, everyone. My name is Thierry, and I will have the pleasure to introduce this session as the Sergeant at Arms of this club. I welcome and thank everyone for this very special joint meeting. It's not so common, but I would like to recall the mission of Toastmasters. The mission of Toastmasters is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in order for everyone to develop their communication and leadership skills. This mission is achieved through core values, which are integrity, respect, service, and excellence. Regarding this value, and as we have an online format, I would like to recall certain rules in order for everyone to have the best possible experience. Regarding the service and excellence, respect the rules regarding the time. You can pin the timer whenever you have to intervene. That's a way to do it. For the integrity and respect, keep in mind our diversity. That's a chance, but a responsibility too. Don't forget the cultural layer in order to be understood. Last point, add your role, like say to your name, in order to ease the intervention of the Toastmaster of the day. With that in mind, I would like to call upon a tireless worker, inspiring speaker, and president, Toastmaster April.
Oh, that's so much, TM Thierry, but thank you so much, everyone. And my role for tonight is just to open the meeting because I'm not alone to open the meeting. We have here the president of World Travel Toastmasters Club. But let me officially open the meeting 152. So everyone, welcome to Thailand Online Toastmasters Club and to World Traveler Toastmasters Club joint meeting. I may now call the president of World Travel Club.
Thank you very much. A very good evening, good afternoon, and also good morning. Well, I'm very happy to all of you to be here. We are now in Thailand. And thank you very much, Thailand Online Toastmasters Club, for having us, the World Travelers. After visiting our first flight from Saudi, now we are in Thailand. We are looking forward to have a very great networking with all of you in Thailand. Just for information, World Travelers we just chartered in 11 March 2022. And in just 3 weeks, we can get a DCP point, 10 DCP point. This is because of all the hard works of our World Travelers. So this is one thing that we believe. When you want to learn in enjoyment, because when you just don't know how to have fun, everything become more stressful. So I hope with this joint meeting, between the world travelers and the world with the Thailand Toastmasters. I know that you are also have a lot of members from all around the world. We can have a strong connection and networking and build up the network of Toastmaster. Make it a united in Toastmaster and have fun all around the world, even it's only online. And before I continue, can I just invite my secretary? Actually, she is my district director at AT, Katito, to give the report of minute meeting of our last meeting last time.
Thank you to your co-president, Eliza. And here's the report for our meeting on the 26th of March. I'd like to report that our previous flight to Saudi Arabia was attended by 62 visitors along on the flight. And we are led by our Eliza, club president, as well as the spirit of the club, Richard Epek. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the short minute of the meeting. And now, without further ado, I just want to say thank you again to have us landed in your land, Thailand. And now I want to introduce the Toastmaster of the day.
All right.
The Toastmaster of the day is originally from Philippines, but currently working in Bangkok. As an admin officer, marketing director at International Marketing Group, Philippine Mutual Fund investor, competent communicator at District 97, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, Myanmar, and Cambodia, dancer performance, and help me to welcome her, Adelia Mates Ornopia.
Hello, welcome from the land of smiles, Thailand. Thailand Online Toastmasters Club is ecstatic to see you all here in Bangkok virtually. Without further ado, because of limited time, let me go through our agenda this afternoon, tonight rather, or today. Some parts of the world, it's a daytime. So now we have 3 sessions. First session in this meeting, we will have prepared speech session. And the second one is table topic session. And the third one is evaluation session. Of course, I will not be the only one who will talk virtually because, or otherwise, you will sleep soundly virtually. Without further ado, let me call my team, my fellow Toastmasters from all over the world, from World Travelers Toastmasters Club and Thailand Online Toastmaster members, to introduce their role, their names, and what can we expect in their sessions. Please help me welcome our general evaluator to tell us her role and what will happen in her session. Distinguished Toastmaster Fabi Pendon, our guest Toastmasters.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Good morning to those who are in the other parts of the world. Good afternoon. This evening, this meeting is really full pack and would like to congratulate everyone for a happy preparations. I know you worked so hard for all those behind the scene in preparation for our meeting tonight. Our theme for tonight is Over the Moon, a meeting together with World Travelers Toastmasters Club Premier Meeting who is visiting Thailand Online Toastmasters Club. And this evening, we will be assisted by our team who will be working together to facilitate the meeting. As a general evaluator, I will be evaluating everything that takes place in our meeting in relation to preparation, organization, delivery, enthusiasm, observation, and performance of duties, and in the end, an evaluation of the general meeting. First, may I call on our grammarian and word of the day, Kim Chin Lo. She has the mission for the transformation of the kids. She is coaching kids, over 700 of them, who are whom she is helping in public speaking coach. She has been 4 years in Toastmasters and currently she is the president. And she has been a vice president for membership and vice president for public relations of USJ Toastmasters Club. At the same time, she is a counselor for Bangsar South Gavel Club in Kuala Lumpur. Take it away, Kim.
Thank you very much, Phoebe. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster. As the grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any misuse of English language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, saying, or thoughts. And I will submit a report at the end of the day. And now I would like to introduce the word of the day. And the word of the day is captivating, meaning be able to attract interest. Let me just give me a minute. Capable of attracting and holding interest, or to be charming. A sentence that uses the word captivating, for example, is she has a captivating smile. Just like Thailand is a captivating country. Back to you, Phoebe.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kim, for your captivating presence this evening. We now call on our counter from Toastmaster Thailand Online Toastmasters Club, Roger Yu. He is proud to be a member of the TOTC Club, and he is very keen on learning new things. His very objective is for self-improvement, and eventually he wants to be able to speak to a large group of audiences. Take it away, Roger.
Hi, good evening, good morning, good afternoon for everyone. I'll be listening in on the entire speech with everyone here, listening in for ahs, false starts, maybe any verbal gems and word of the day. And I'll be providing a report at the end of the session, and we'll see how everyone's doing.
Thank you. Thank you, Roger. Give him a hand, please. And now, our timer, Li Shanshan, distinguished Toastmaster. Li Shanshan loves experimenting with air fryer. I love air fryer as well. She is a member of 5 Toastmasters Club. She wants to learn and network from each other. She distresses from work by going to Toastmasters meeting and vice versa. Take it away, distinguished Toastmaster Li Shanshan.
Thank you very much. And I hope my avatar today will give you something to smile at. All right. So if anything, do pin my screen so that when the timing comes up, it will be full screen. For example, let me just show you. Okay. See this? So this is where my screen is. If the timing sequence is up, it will be based on the green, yellow, red, and a very bright times up. That is how you'll pin my screen for your speeches, table topics, and evaluation. Back to you, General Evaluator. Let me change the thing. Yep, there you go.
Thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening. We move on to our
Thank you
round.
so much,
Okay.
Madam General Evaluator. I was so excited to, yeah, hello? Can you
Yes.
hear me?
Yes.
Now let's move on to our round robin session. Do you know what is round robin? Of course, it is a warm-up session at Toastmasters meeting to warm up our mouth to speak. Not, oh, I forgot that my president, by the way, sorry to interrupt. I need to call her attention. Let me call back to the virtual stage, Madam President April, to say something. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Tia Medelia. And I'm so sorry I missed the most important part, which is, okay, the one that you ask for is to give an overview about Thailand, because this is the reason why you are here. So let me share my screen and let me give you a quick tour about Thailand. Okay, hold on. Okay, so Thailand is part of the Asia, and if you ask the local to describe what is Thailand, Thailand is the land of smiles. So everybody are smiling. Probably it's because of the presence of the sun, the vitamin D, which I don't have it here right now. Second, it's the land of food. You can see in my screen, song tam, pad thai, and this mango with sticky rice. And my favorite one, this 3 flavored fish. It's a deep fry actually. And many street food like this crepe or pancake. And the Thailand also is the land of fruit. Okay, so there's a lot of fruit in Thailand. You have this mangosteen, rambutan. This is durian. Okay, so everybody, if you go to Thailand, you must try durian and forget about the smell. Just taste it, and it's very delicious. There's also this dragon fruit and a lot. I've heard a rumor, I don't know if it's true, but it says that in Thailand, every fruit, whether it's seasoned or not, it grows in every season. And this is because of the late king, the former king, because he invested to have this fruit grow in every season. So you can see these fruits in every season. I don't know if it's true, but this is the rumor that I've heard when I was in Thailand. Now let me give you an overview of our club. Okay, I forgot. In my perspective, as a tourist or a non-Thai who lived in Thailand for 2 years, I see Thai people as a very respectful people. They close their hands together and do the Y gesture. So you bow to your elders, to your parents, to the monk, and even to your teacher. So that's me, okay, holding this infinity thing that my student did. So they offer flower, they offer fruits to show their respect to their elders. And that's one thing I love Thai culture. They're very respectful. And here's the thing about our club. Okay, we are part of Area 3, Division A, District 97, and it was established since August 1, 2019 by DTM and Son. Look, there are just 5 people starting this club. And the very reason why they created an online club even before COVID, it's because of the traffic in Thailand. If you are in Bangkok, living in Bangkok, you know what I mean when I say traffic. Okay. Next, as COVID-19 went, our club grows and we have 22 members from different parts of the world. It's actually 7 countries. And we call our club as multicultural club, fun-loving, inspiring, and supportive. And that would be all for the brief history of our club and Thailand. Back to you, TMOD.
Thank you so much, Madam President April from Thailand Online Toastmasters Club. Now, let's move on to our round robin session. I am not sure if World Travelers Toastmasters Club has this kind of session. We do here in Thailand Online. So everyone will be prepared to speak and use the gestures effectively. Help me welcome this Toastmaster, at the same time a doctor here, not only in Thailand Online, as well as in her real life. No other than Toastmaster Dai. Toastmaster Dai, are you here? Can you hear me?
I'm here. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm still in the operation room, but as my job as a round robin sections, like still be round robin sections, right?
Yes, yes, it's your
Okay.
time.
Because now the theme is over the moon. So I have one question that do you have any situation that you feel over the moon and you want to share us? Everyone have 30 seconds to answer the questions. And I think we really like to hear the story from you. So there are so many guests here and so many members from both of the members. So I would like to start with our Toastmaster, April.
Yes.
Do you have any situations or any story that you feel over the moon?
Okay, my situation right now is I'm feeling over the moon because we are 37 right now, and I was overwhelmed that I forgot that I had to do the history of the club and the quick view of Thailand. I'm overwhelmed right now. I'm over the moon right now. Back to you, TM Dai.
Thank you so much. Next, we would like to move to Angela from Angela Lansbury.
Thank you. I'm in Singapore. Delighted to meet you. I've been to Thailand and loved it. And if you have time, please come to one of my clubs. I belong to 4 clubs. One meets every Friday, one meets on a Wednesday evening and a Saturday afternoon, but that's my time. I'm not sure what time it is where you are. Here it's 10:17 in the evening. What time is it in Thailand?
Now it's 9 p.m., 9:20.
Oh, so we are 1 hour ahead of you. That's very close. So we're close physically and close time-wise. I'm also an author, anyway, and a blogger. Back to you.
Thank you so much.
Novelty seeing somebody in a hospital like that. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing this. And I would like to move to Albert.
Hi, this is Albert. I'm from Hong Kong, but I'm staying in Singapore right now. We'll be going to Hong Kong next week. So I'm impressed that you are still in the operation theater.
Yeah, I just finished the operation.
Yeah,
So,
very much impressed. Right, your dedication to Toastmaster and all this. Unlike you, I don't do anything. I'm retiring right now. So I just think of the old days when I visit hospitals to see all the doctors last time. But that was 30 years ago already. Keep on going, and you're doing a great job for the people.
Oh, thank you so much. Now move to Phil. Toastmaster Phil.
Hello, everyone. Oh, the situation that
you feel so happy, or you feel like
happy, right? Okay. During Songkran is coming. Songkran is Thai traditional New Year, and it's coming soon next week. So I feel over the moon because it's time for me to visit my family and spend a happy time together. Over to you, Robin Master.
Thank you so much, April. It's going to be Songkran Festival soon. And next, I'd like to hear from Golf. Are you there?
Sorry. Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to meet you all. And I'm from Thailand. During Songkran Festival, I'm not sure whether any of you have visited Thailand during the festival. We have a lot of fun here. We normally throw water to other people just to celebrate the festival. But unfortunately, we cannot do it this year because of the COVID pandemic, and we have a tight control just to prevent the virus from further spreading. And I hope everyone be safe and sound, and good evening. Back to you.
Thank you so much. Now, may I hear from our Cameroon, Kim Rowe? We have just 30 seconds because we have so many people to answer the
All right.
question.
Well, I guess the thing that remind me that I was over the moon is, I guess my husband proposed to me a long time ago, 20 years ago. When he proposed and said, will you marry me? I was over the moon. I was ready to say yes. I'm glad he asked. Back to you.
I'm happy for that too. And let's move to our Janet. Are you there? Janet.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
So what is the question?
The question is like, it's problem section, so you can tell the story or like the time that you feel over the moon.
I feel over the moon. When I I feel over the moon when I received my result that I got a job, when the position is very highly sought after, and I got the job. That's why I feel over the moon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when I applied for a job. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Now, may I ask Fahas? I'm not sure if I called correctly.
Perfectly, ma'am. Just during the coronavirus crisis, me and my wife were stuck in Singapore. Singapore people, hi. We were stuck for 3 months. And then the day we got a chance to leave Singapore and reach Sri Lanka, we were both over the moon. But of course, after getting to Sri Lanka, we had to spend another 14 days in quarantine as if we needed it because we already spent 3 months doing nothing. But hey, getting home after the quarantine, we once again felt over the moon. Thank you for asking this question. Back to you, Madam Brown Robin Master.
Oh, thank you so much. Now I would like to hear from Shantai Yusuf.
Yes, what is the question?
The question is that I would like you to share the story that you were over the moon.
I went to the moon and came back. Yes.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but it's not loud.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, maybe I have to move to another person first. Gigi Hang from Singapore.
Hi. The moment that I'm from Singapore. My name is Gigi. The moment I fly to the moon is when I get accepted by my university. Yay.
Wow.
Do you?
How about Loch Dresser? LOCH.
Yes, thank you. I am over the moon to be a part of this meeting this morning. It's 7 a.m. and the meeting started at 7 a.m. I'm in California right now. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon and good evening. Be here. Back to you.
Okay. May I hear from Nancy? Toastmaster Nancy.
Good morning, everyone. Good evening, everyone, wherever you are. I didn't live, my daughter lived in Singapore for 4 years and I got to visit her and I was over the moon going to visit her because I love the city and I'm over the moon from traveling. I just got back from a Danube River cruise. So thank you.
Happy for you because now the border is open. You can travel to many countries. So,
Yes, Master
so
Dai.
about
Sorry to interrupt, but I think we don't have enough time.
okay, maybe this time we don't have enough time for everyone to answer the question since we have so many members and members to join it. So I would like to turn the control to you, back to you. Thank you so much.
I feel over the moon watching Toastmaster Dai still spending time with us. I hope also your patient is feeling over the moon right now. Thank you so much for your time with us. And without further ado, let's move on to our prepared speech session, which is the second session of our meeting. The prepared speech session is, this session is for the speakers, prepared speakers who prepared weeks, months to deliver their speeches in a meaningful and in a productive way with their evaluators. Before introducing the speaker for our first speaker tonight, let me call his personal evaluator to tell us the objectives of the speech. And the first personal evaluator of the first speaker is Toastmaster Albert from World Travelers Toastmasters Club. The virtual stage is yours, Toastmaster. Toastmaster Albert, could you share us the objective of the speech of the first speaker? All right. I think he is not here yet. Let's see. Please help me welcome everyone. Our first speaker is from Thailand Online Toastmasters Club, and he is dedicated to improve himself, not only in public speaking, as well as in leadership skills.
Sorry, I just actually get back over here because I was cannot unmute myself. Yeah, but that's all right. Please move on. The project is actually writing a speech with purpose. So we would like to see how actually this is the effective coaching project. Is level 1 and project 2, which basically then you're telling people how you actually communicate with people with a great purpose by writing a purposeful speech.
Please help me welcome everyone. Our first speaker tonight is Toastmaster Sitipon. What sugar does to your immune system? What sugar does to your immune system? Toastmaster Sitipon.
I'm sorry, Madam Toastmaster of the day. I sent you the update of the speech name and the project to both my personal evaluator and Toastmaster of the day.
I'm so sorry. Because of
it's
the
in the
whole
chat
meeting
box.
is also today. I see. Right. I didn't see it. So instead of waiting, okay, let's move on to the next speaker instead. Is that okay?
I think he can continue with the speech. I think that's okay.
It's
all right.
project 3, level 1, introduction to vocal variety and body language.
Okay.
Yes, it's in your chat box, sir. I sent it to you.
Okay, that's all right.
Sorry.
Introduction of body language and vocal variety.
All right, the stage is yours, Toastmaster Sitipon. Good luck.
Losing someone you love is the hardest thing in the world to deal with. On the other hand, helping someone cope with their loss is never easy. My story tonight is about how I had the most difficult conversation in my life without saying a word. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmaster and distinguished guests. I'm sure everyone familiar with the phrase, everybody grieve in their own way. And for the longest time, I didn't really understand what that meant because I would try not to be around grieving people, not because I lack empathy, but because I just don't know how to deal with the sadness. I don't know how to comfort them. Now, for you to understand my story a little bit better, I need to take you back in time. You need to jump back in time about 30 years. It was a beautiful summer evening. I was a sophomore in college. My mother called. I was a little surprised because we don't usually talk on the phone. Back then, it was very, very expensive. We normally just communicate by letters. But the fact that she called, I knew something was up. After small talk, chit chat for almost 5 minutes, finally, my mother told me that my father has liver cancer, stage 1. At the time I was 19, I knew she was reaching out. She needed to tell somebody, but because my sister was too young, and I don't think she was ready to tell any of her siblings yet. Now, fast forward to year 2013, 20 years later, yes, she managed to keep him alive for 20 years after his diagnosis with cancer. Then one day, I got a call from my mother. Mac, go and pick up your daughter. Come to Khon Kaen quickly. Your father's in a hospital. I remember I left Pattaya about 3 p.m. I drove there. My mom's voice was ringing in my head. Come quick, the visiting hour will end at 8. And until this day, I still couldn't believe how fast I drove that night. And thank God, nothing bad happened. We managed to get from Pattaya to Khon Kaen in less than 5 hours. And at least we got there in time to see my father smile. At least he got to see his granddaughter and do some high five with her. I know that meant a lot to him because he taught her that when she was a baby, and they've been greeting each other that way ever since. The next day, the doctor sat us down and gave us the bad news. He basically told us that his liver was shutting down and he might not make it through the week. My mother was furious. Perhaps the way he said it so bluntly. She demanded her husband be transferred to Bangkok and get a second opinion from his personal physician. But the doctor objected to that and told us he wasn't stable enough for transferring and he's starting to have ascites. They need to monitor that before they can clear him for transferring. So 48 hours later, his stomach was the size of a volleyball, and they need to do a paracentesis, which is basically extract the fluid from his belly. So after the procedure, the doctor cleared him, and off we go to Bangkok. As we arrive in Bangkok, my father's doctor sat us down and basically gave us the same diagnosis of his condition. But this time, my mother didn't push back as hard. Perhaps she has a little more time to process it, or perhaps it came from a doctor that been caring for my father for years. But as the doctor was walking away, my mother turned to me and my sister and said, I'm not ready yet. A week has gone by, and I could tell that she still wasn't ready. As we were entering the second week, I could clearly see my father's health deteriorating. He was always in pain. He couldn't eat. We had to give him the oxygen supplement because he had trouble breathing. And after about 20 days there, one morning, as I was reading the newspaper to him, I saw tears rolling down his eyes. So I turned to him, put my hand on his face, and I said, Dad, don't worry. You'll be okay. I give you my word. He closed his eyes. And I think that's the last time he and I communicate. That whole day, he wouldn't eat anything. He didn't want to take his medicine. Around dinner time, my mother was crying and begging him to please eat something or take a sip of the juice that she makes for him. As she was crying by his bedside, I walked around and sat next to her, put my hands on her hands. She turned around and stared at me. I saw it in her eyes that she thinks she felt him. Even though she took very good care of him for 20 years after his diagnosis, she still thinks she felt him. We stared at each other. I didn't say a word. I didn't know what to say. I just gently squeezed her hand. She put her face down and started crying again, this time harder. After a while, she stood up, grabbed her phone, and called a priest. We stayed up all night, prayed for him. He passed away peacefully around dawn. So, ladies and gentlemen, if someone that you love, or your friends, or your loved one are grieving or going through a difficult time, please don't hesitate to reach out and let them know that you are there for them. Even though you don't know what to say, don't know what to do, sometimes just being there is enough for them. Sometimes that silent conversation can mean so much more to them than you will ever know. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day.
If you are grieving, just reach out. This speech made me emotional because my dad died a few months ago, and I could feel you, Toastmasters Titipon. Our next speaker is from World Travelers Toastmasters Club, and we are so fortunate that we have his personal evaluator from Thailand Online Toastmasters Club, no other than Toastmaster Thierry, please, to read his objectives.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Delia, for this introduction. The path for this speech is effective coaching. We are on the level 3. The task and the goal is to connect with storytelling. The title of this speech will be Cultural Diversity, How We Can Connect Better. And I just want to recall the purpose of this speech. And the purpose of this speech is for the member to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that is a story. I like to hear captivating story. So Joel Shawa, I apologize for pronunciation if your name is not correct. It's up to you for this second speech.
Toastmaster. Our second speaker.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Our second speaker is a longtime Toastmasters, both in Thailand and in the United States of America. He enjoys learning and growing with Toastmasters family. Please put your hands up together to Toastmaster Royal Chawla.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow members and guests. Back in July of 1983, I graduated from Claremont in California. I grew up in Bangkok, Thailand. That is home to me as a child, but ethnically, I am not Thai, nor am I a white. I felt very comfortable when I first moved to the United States because I was accepted for what I was, the way I was. Cultural diversity is something that I'm going to share with you in this story. We normally think of food and we try different types of food. Most of us, have we tried eating Japanese food or sushi? I think so. That is the extent of our cultural expansion. But to me, I grew up on two sides of the Pacific Ocean, Thailand and the United States. I've spent more than half of my life in United States, and I would feel that I'm comfortable to share with you that how we can gain by cultural diversity, something that I struggled with in my young age. I always wanted to be somebody from one country, but I was not. I was from 2 countries, and I speak 7 languages. So language is another part of cultural diversity. For example, when I speak English, I don't speak like an Indian or a Malaysian or a Singaporean. I speak like an American because I have a California accent. Well, I connect better with American English than anything else. When I first went to India, I was wondering, why do people speak different than me? I didn't know. The only language that I knew how to connect with them was spoken in the northern part of India, Punjab and Delhi. I was speaking in Hindi to them, a language that I was taught, but I never lived in India. I look Indian, but I'm not an Indian. I'm part of the Indian diaspora, millions of Indians that have come and grown outside of India. I'm 5th generation from my mother's side outside India and 4th generation from my father's side. But I can connect to people because I can speak their language. But as I grew older, I went to the southern part of India, and that part of India, they don't speak Hindi, nor do they speak Punjabi. So the only language I could connect with was in English. But my English was a different English than what they spoke. Of course, when they wrote something, it was the same. Was it easy for me to understand that Tamil style of speaking English? Not really. It was sometimes challenging. There were words that they would mix, and I wouldn't know what that word was, usually a type of food. So food is something that also brings cultural diversity closer. I love eating Italian food, pizzas, which I left behind so that I could lose my 80 pounds in the last 2 years. But diversity, we need to realize that in order to connect with people from different language or different parts of the world, we need to connect with them and have a commonality. And that commonality can be food, language, or culture, or religion. The part that I struggled with in my youth years was I was raised as a Sikh. And that forced me to learn the 2 Indian languages that I know, Punjabi and Hindi, so that I could connect to them. But the culture was different because I was being taught the old language for religious purpose, not what they were using on the streets in northern India. So culture, I couldn't connect with the culture in India, and that was a challenge in my mind. As I grew older, I was able to connect better because I felt the culture is not a detriment, it's actually an asset. The fact that I spoke multiple languages, including Spanish and French, allowed me to connect with people all around the world. So I would like to say that we can travel and connect to people that's in short term by visitation, but we can learn about other people's culture by being able to see and listen to their music or watch their movie or eat their food. So there are many ways to connect to people, and that brings us closer to a global citizen. Or we become closer, and that is how I would say that my daughter now is on her 4th language. So when we are young, I would encourage all of us to speak more than one language. Of course, English is my premier language, and it's the most important and global language. But when I speak in Thai, I can connect with the local people in a different way. Even though I don't look Thai, it doesn't matter. The fact is, language brings us closer. And I would encourage everybody to learn a different language and become better at it. I would encourage you to tell the story of how now I'm at peace. I feel that all the languages that I learned in childhood is an asset that brings me closer to different cultures. Of course, I don't speak the most widely spoken language in the world, that is Mandarin. Many of you are worse in multiple languages. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Joel, for that encouraging speech. From your speech, we learned that learning multiple languages is the asset for us to connect not only to the world, but also to our friends with the diverse culture. Now let's move on to our next session, which is the table topics session. In this session, everyone has a chance to speak with a time limitation, of course. And I will encourage you to participate in this session because this is meaningful, and you can also practice and enhance your quick thinking, quick listening, and quick speaking without any preparation. Our table topic master for tonight, she is, where's my notes? Could anybody help me? She is a member of World Travelers Toastmasters Club. She is an active member, and she's originally from Macedonia, but she has been living and working in Bahrain for the past 19 years. And she is also been a member for Toastmasters for 9 years, and numerous clubs in her area, division champion and a district vice champion in table topics. We are so fortunate to have this lady. Please put your hands up together to our Toastmaster, table topic master, Toastmaster Beljana.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone joining this meeting from wherever you are in the world. So as our Timothy said, now it's time for the table topic session. Some Toastmasters love it, others hate it, and usually hide under the table. However, that's not going to happen tonight because we are going to have table topic session around the phrase over the moon. So hopefully you will be willing and ready to answer the questions that I selected for you. So here's my first topic for you. What makes you really happy about yourself? What makes you really happy about yourself? And I'm going to choose my dear friend and contest buddy from Bahrain, formerly from Bahrain, now in Sri Lanka, DTM Farhad Farouk.
Thank you so much, Madam Table Topics Master. I I'm over the moon that you called me, but in that spirit, I couldn't really follow what the topic was.
All right. So I'll say it again. What makes you really happy about yourself?
Thank you, Madam Table Topics Master, dear Toastmasters. We live and we die. And in the process, we go through happy times and not so happy times. What makes me happy about myself, and this is something I would like to pat myself on the back as well, is that I am someone who doesn't shy away from trying anything new as long as it's legal. For instance, just like Toastmaster Joel, I'm also a language buff, and I can speak 6 languages. And these didn't just happen out of accident, but it was because of effort made to learn them. I wanted to be a doctor, but the idea of dissecting cockroaches and frogs and then eventually dead human beings didn't really appeal to me. So I put that to a side. Instead, I toyed about on the idea of being an engineer. And I did start work on that. I got a bit bored, and then I toyed and on the idea of being an accountant, and that I was successful. And then I moved into banking, and I was successful. I moved into oil and gas, and I was also successful in that. Despite being from Sri Lanka and an island, you might be surprised to know I still can't swim. But I didn't let that inhibit me. I went and took my first jump into the swimming pool and started learning to swim at the ripe old age of 50. And I could go on. Toastmasters is another example. So friends, what really makes me what I am is the ability and the urge to look and try out new things. Friends, I urge you, please, if you wish to do something, if you think there is something new that you want to try, do not hesitate, take the first steps, and you will never know where you end up. I became a Toastmaster just 8 years back, and I too, like my buddy Toastmaster Bilyana, have gone all the way up to the district, and I would have never known that's something I could do if I didn't take the first steps. Friends, don't hesitate to take that first step, because the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and you'll be amazed at the beautiful scenery that you will come across in that journey. Back to you, Madam Table Topics Master.
Thank you very much, Ditya and Farhas. And knowing you, I'm sure we're going to see many new skills and things you're going to try in your life. Now, are you ready for the second topic? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Okay, thank you. Here's the second topic. The best feeling of happiness is when you are happy because you have made someone else happy. The best feeling of happiness is when you are happy because you have made someone else happy. And for this one, I'm going to call on Uncle Simba. That sounds like a very nice nickname. So is Uncle Simba here?
Yeah. Good morning.
Good
Happy
morning.
Diwali, everybody.
Hello, Uncle Simba.
Yeah, hello.
So,
Yeah.
are you ready to answer the second topic?
Yes.
Okay, did you hear it?
Can you repeat again?
Yes. The best feeling of happiness is when you are happy because you have made someone else happy.
Okay. Fellow jokers, fellow chickens, fellow turkeys. When you make someone happy, it's all about making them turn to turkeys and turn to chickens, because sometimes you just never know how you want to entertain them, because that is how you will make someone happy, especially Princess Eliza. So whenever things can go anywhere, you just never know how you want to throw a joke at somebody. And of course, our good friends in Thailand online knows me for how many years. Oh my, interesting personas. They went to the countless numerous personas with me together, and that's why Uncle Simba has finally landed after so long. Yeah. So life is all about keeping things fun, keeping things simple. Of course, remember, you never be the chicken skin, or maybe the turkey skin, or maybe the pork rib. it depends on how you want to make this person very cheerful and happy. Because every day is all about making these people happy. Of course, not making them so bored and falling asleep and laughing like laughing gas. Until you never know that sometimes you might even forget that when you spotlight somebody, I also cannot even see the timer. So life is such like that. And remember, because every time when you count the chickens, you also can count the turkeys, you count the tomatoes, you count the watermelons too. Just like how life is so interesting, like the famous boat noodle in Thailand. So and don't keep lost like the ship that goes aground, and keep the boat moving until we see the new chicken has landed in front of the boat. Over to you, Table Topic Master, and have a wonderful Deepavali.
Thank you very much, Uncle Simba. And if you live by the premise Hakuna Matata, I'm sure you'll be happy all the time, no matter whether you have chicken, turkeys, or whatever. Right. The next topic is happiness is the secret to all beauty. There is no beauty without happiness. Once again, I repeat, happiness is the secret to all beauty. There is no beauty without happiness. And I think I'm going to call the Zoom master, Tanu. I don't know if I'm saying the name correctly.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. I could not escape from you. Yes, happiness and beauty. How can you be happy without beautiful smile? And how can you smile without having think about it? If it is the case, happiness. That means your happiness is so captivated that you cannot help smiling. So ladies and gentlemen, so I encourage you to play a trick to your mind. That means you can play a trick for yourself as well. Smile, and then you will become happy. You don't have to be happy before you smile. It is a close friend. Yes, of course, you cannot be happy without smile, but you can smile just before you are happy. It's a very, very close friend. So don't worry who comes first. Friends help friends. Happiness can help you smile, and smile can make you happy. So back to you, our Table Topic Master.
Thank you very much, Mr. Zoom Master, for that wisdom. Remember, guys, happiness and smile are very close together, and they sometimes go together or precede each other. Right now, the next topic is the word happy has 5 letters. What does each letter mean to you? The word happy has 5 letters. What does each letter mean to you? And I'm going to call on Yuvina Huang. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name correctly. Yuvina or Juvina Huang from Singapore.
Yes, Juvina.
Yes.
Hi. Thank you for bringing me on the stage. Okay, so what does the 5 letters mean to me? So I guess for the first letter of H, that would be health. I think being healthy, being in a body that can serve you well is one of the most important element of happiness. If you're always constantly in pain, if you're always constantly sick, I think it's very difficult to be happy. So H is for health. And then for A, let me think. A, I think, is for adaptability. I guess, we never know what life can throw at us. We can have good times, we can have bad times, we can have situations that we will never expect. So I guess adaptability can help us to manage our expectation. and make us be happy and contented. And then for peace, I would think for P would be for peace. I think having a peace of mind is something that will help us in our mental and emotional well-being. When we have a peace of mind, that is the road to happiness. And then for another P, well, I have to think about that. Okay, so the second P, I would say that would be play. Yeah, I guess sometimes popcorn. Yeah, sometimes I think we need to connect with our inner child where we have innocence and we were very naive. We didn't really care about what the rest of the world thinks, and we just want to have play. Yeah, so I think play is can bring us a lot of joy and happiness too. And then lastly, for the last alphabet, Y, I think Y can be, any suggestions there?
You.
Oh, maybe you. Okay, you. I think connecting with yourself, getting a self-awareness of who you are and what you expect out of life and what is your core value. Knowing you is also one of the way to happiness. So I'm thank you very much for bringing me up, and I'm done. And thank you for listening.
Thank you very much for that really descriptive explanation of the word happy and what it means to you. Now, can I ask the timer, do we still have time for the table topics? Do I have time for one more? Or are we behind time? Timer?
A time check, it's 10:05. So I think that would be all. Toastmaster Beltrana, thank you so much.
All right, well, thank you very much. And back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Wow. If you agree with me that this session captivated our attention, everyone, thumbs up. Yoo-hoo! Perfect. My heart is over the moon watching you all participating during this session. Now let's move on to our third session, which is the evaluation session. Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, please prepare your notebook and pen because we can take home meaningful suggestions and feedback from our general evaluator. It could help us also to hone our personality, not only in our professional areas, but as well as a human being. Our general evaluator, she's currently in the Philippines, and she is multi-awarded registered nurse and clinical psychologist with a PhD candidacy in clinical psychology. Currently, she is a clinical psychologist and at University of the Philippines Varsity Sports Program, College Human Kinetics Philippines. And not only that, she has a heart and a vision for excellent, compassionate, holistic care of people. Is she a fortune teller? Ask her later. Please help me welcome distinguished Toastmaster Phoebe Pendon. Welcome to the virtual stage.
Thank you so much, my fellow Pinay, fellow Filipino who is exploring the world of Thailand and the Thailand Online Toastmasters Club. Thank you so much for having me tonight. It is my privilege to be able to share my thoughts, my opinion about the meeting. We are all over the moon for our meeting tonight, and I'd love to call on our team for us to be able to learn from our meeting tonight. Because basically, when we do evaluation, we don't just do the evaluation alone. as a journal evaluator, I have a team who would be able to give input in terms of how we fare in the meeting. This evening, we are privileged to have our speech evaluators, our table topics evaluator, and our technical evaluators. So thank you for giving us this opportunity to learn from one another. First and foremost, we'd like to call on our first evaluator, Albert Yong. He is a member of GAP Toastmasters Club since 2009. That's when he retired as an HR director in Regional Asia Pacific in MNC. And the reason why he joined Toastmasters was that he wanted to make friends, and especially with young friends. And he came to the right place. He is a competent communicator. He was then a VP for Public Relations and VP for Membership. He has been involved in contests, a contest chair as a judge, and his current membership is with GAP Toastmasters Club in Hong Kong, Thompson Toastmasters Club in Singapore, and World Travelers Toastmasters Club. You see, he said he didn't take any position at all in any class because he wanted to enjoy and meet people making speeches. May I call on our Toastmaster, Albert Yong.
Thank you. Thank you for a very elaborate introduction. Right, you almost like everybody know all my life already, especially how old I am. So, Toastmaster Setipond, am I pronouncing it accurately or not? Please excuse me. My English is not my first language. I hope I can pronounce it reasonably okay. Let me repeat, what is this Level 1 Effective Coaching Pathway Project 3, the purpose? The purpose is to help you and other Toastmasters to learn the basics of presenting with engaging vocal variety and compiling body language. Toastmaster Siddhavon, you did well on both. Congratulations. Your story is very compelling. I think you move on to another pathway. You will find a storytelling project. I think it's very much similar to what you can do in here. You told us well about what happened to your father during the long struggle with a liver cancer and how you as a son have to help him to overcome the toughness, the difficulties, and accompany him throughout the journey. You did pretty well in your storytelling. It is very captivating and absorbing as well. I am sure all the other listeners to your story will feel the sadness when you say what happened to you there on the final day. Everybody will find that you are a very competent speaker. The delivery is excellent, very, very fluent. No doubt about that. I was about to, if you watch me closely, I took off my glass, I took out a towel, wiping my face, not my tear. I'm old enough already, no more shedding tears, by the way. But it doesn't mean that I don't feel the feelings that you have generated out for the meeting. I think we all agree with that. As always, it's not because I'm more senior or what. We want to improve. In Toastmaster meetings, that is the way you look at me as an evaluator. So I scratch my head. If you look into it, I actually have a few hair loss already because I need to think about how I can help you to improve in this whole process of Toastmastering journey. And think about it. You have a good vocal variety, better than me. But there's still something, some technique you can improve into your next speech. And you can take it as a challenge. In some of the periods, I was an old-timer not the CC title, the DTM, all the old things. Then there was one project we talked about a conversation between two persons, right? You represent a person A, and you also represent a person B. So in this case, this is another style of vocal variety. You can imagine, you can actually imitate your mom, who was trying to argue with the doctor, who was not trying to accept the fact that what the doctor said, right? So there's an imitation. They can story within a story. They can tell us. That would actually be even more engaging than what you are telling right now, as an example. Right. Besides this, you can dramatize some other things as well. Like, for example, the sadness show a bit even more. Instead of from your inner self, you get expelled out, because not everybody is so absorbing. Is the audience. Right. Second point would be a skill of heart. Sometimes you stop and look at those audience. They will be scared of you. They will be back focused onto your speech. They will be even more absorbing when you deliver the speech. So these are skills that you can do it. And the third point that I would like to make would be speech content. I always talk about the content of the speech, which is basically you spend 70% to 80% on telling a story, and any 20% or even less is as your conclusion, which means actually I find very good phrase like starting conversation. The word care. It just be accompanying you there, make him feel good at the final moment. Those things you can expand and actually tell all the other Toastmasters that basically these are good values. This is the right way we do when dealing with our dear friends, dear relatives on their final stage of the journey. You can expand, we can learn more about that. So I appreciate that actually you can talk more on this, and it would be even a more captivating story. So back to you, Toastmaster of evening.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Albert, for sharing your evaluation. As a general evaluator, my role is to evaluate the evaluator rather than the speaker. And you have given inspiring recommendations to our speaker, Sitipon, and that you have been able to do that and gave your recommendations, because in Toastmasters, it is important that we give our recommendation, not just the affirmations. And in the end, what is also important is for you to give your summary. So I think you can add up and summarize what you have shared. And thank you so much for giving him an inspiration. It's really like everybody felt what our speaker was trying to share, the sadness and the tragedy of losing a father. And he's been able to feel that, but you have pointed out to dramatize the feeling of her mom and her dad, his dad as well. So very nice evaluation. Just add a call to action for the speaker and a summary. Thank you so much for this, for sharing your insights. Now we call on our second evaluator. We call on Thierry Lo. Wait. Yes. We have
Thanks a lot.
Thierry. How do you pronounce it?
It's okay.
Thierry.
It's okay.
Or he's the Sergeant at Arms and Vice President for membership at Thailand Online Toastmasters Club. He resides in Marseille, south of France. He is a data specialist for information technology companies. And his hobby is hiking and a lot of things related to the sea. Take it away, Toastmaster Thierry.
Thanks a lot, General Evaluator, for this introduction. I have the pleasure to evaluate this afternoon the speech of Toastmaster Joel, and I would like to develop this evaluation around 3 parts. The first one will be the form. The second one will be about the contents, And the last one will be about how to go further. Relatively to the form, Joel has a very clear speech delivery. He has a pace which allows everyone to understand clearly what he has to say. That's a very good point. It's very important to be conscious of the audience and of its difficulties. I have, besides that, noticed appropriate gesture. Every time Joel has some gestures, it's always correlated to a strong ID. Regarding the IDs, what I like is when a speech is correlated to what we are doing in Toastmasters. We are clearly in this domain with this speech. Underlining the importance of learning language is a strong and useful message. We are addressing the motivational aspect of what we are doing in Toastmasters and the need for everyone who are there. Just in order to go further, I will first suggest to use fully the field of the camera. We have there a very large camera field, and we can use it as a stage. So don't hesitate to move around and to occupy all the stage. My second advice will be to work on the expressivity. I know that about that there are cultural aspects, but try to play perhaps a little bit more with your speech. See you as an actor. My last suggestion would be regarding the structure of the speech. Perhaps it could be useful to make the structure of the speech a little bit more clearer. Don't hesitate to build up the conclusion. And that's what will remain in the mind of the listeners. I would have appreciated at this point, for example, a call to action. The subject is very appropriated for. And relatively to the structure, the conclusion is very short, in fact. And like I have said, what will remain in the mind of the listener. So don't hesitate, to build up this part. That's all for me. Overall, a very good speech, very informative, and some things which give me the idea or the will to learn a new language. And I hope to have the opportunity to hear from you another speech. Thanks for everything, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Thierry, for that inspiring evaluation. And thank you for the recommendations and giving the summary in the end. It is important that when we give value to the speech, it's not just the feedback that we're giving, but the value. So there are many ways by which we can help the speaker improve on the speech. I believe that we need to have our recommendations after we give the commendation, and you have just done that. Thank you for giving value to the speech of Mr. Joel. Thank you. We now move on to the evaluation of our table topics. Maybe call on our table topics evaluator. Our table topics evaluator is our April. Sorry. I was going to share this in before I call on the table topics evaluator. I'd like to share that when we give evaluations, we actually are able to deliver a speech when we deliver our evaluation. It's like giving a speech, and you also will get evaluated, and that when you evaluate someone, you also improve in the process. So that's a good way by which we can learn in Toastmasters. Everybody learns. Later, I will share those absolute statements. And now we'd like to call on our table topics evaluator.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, DTMPB. Okay, now my role as a table topic evaluator is to evaluate the whole session, including the table topic master. So let me start with You, TM Biljana. Wow, what an honor to evaluate a world champion in table topic master. I love your question that I wish I could answer all those questions, and I will answer that questions in my mind later when I'll be in bed. However, the only thing that I notice is, and this is the thing you can improve when you again become a table topic master, is to first ask the person's name, and then you can follow the questions. This way, you can save time by not repeating the question again. Since we are 34 and it's a surprise for someone, to call their name and then, oh, it's me. Then you will repeat the question again, so it will consume more time. That's it. But overall, I love the questions and how you handle the session. Thank you so much. Okay, the first respondent is TM Farhas. TM Farhas, you do a great job here. You initially say, we live and we die. And then you tell us about how you become successful. And then afterwards, you tell us, take the first step. That's a good thing. You share your personal story. I love personal story, and I could relate with that. However, TM Farhas, if you will remember the power of 3, that would be more effective if you just focus on the 3 things that make yourself happy. So power of 3, so that the audience can connect to you, because it's too much. You become an engineer, an accountant, banking, and then you learn how to swim. So that just power of 3, and so that you can minimize your time. Second is Uncle Simba. Uncle Simba, I know him since before COVID or during COVID. And I love your answer too. It's very genuine. The way that I know you, you are always such a happy person. And you give us the message of keeping things fun. And you did the trick again. You did not answer the question directly, but you just get one word and relate it to your answer. Keeping things fun. Thank you so much for that. DTM Tanu, you did the same thing, just like Uncle Simba did. You don't actually understand the question fully or answer the question fully, but you get a root word in that question and focus on that. That's really a good trick. Okay, you say happiness and beauty. The only thing that I recommend to you is to share a personal story about happiness and smile our friends. You can share it to us. Next is the last respondent, TM Jovina. Your answer is perfect. I don't have anything else to say, just to give a good conclusion at the end. And that's it. That would be all. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, April, for that valuable input in the table topics. Thank you so much for our table topics master as well. You have given valuable information that we could take home. And tonight has been an exciting, captivating night when we were talking about Over the Moon. And we have been able to express that through our speakers. Tonight has been valuable indeed for the speakers to have been able to achieve their objectives and have been able to enhance their skills. And the tools that they were using were the ones that enabled them to improve as speakers. They've been able to give out examples in their own life, and also being able to put together an evaluation that includes commendations and recommendations and summary in the end. When it comes to our round robin and table topics master have been able to come up with the topics that are related to our theme. Congratulations for that. They were able to come up with questions that are thought-provoking and been able to come up with some of the illicit experiences from our speakers. And it has really been an evening of much learning. Thank you so much. We now move on to our technical evaluation. we would like to call on our grammarian, how we fared in terms of the use of grammar and the use of the word of the day. Toastmaster Kim Chien.
Thank you, Phoebe. May I have a co-host access so that I can share the report? Zoom Master, may I have the co-host access? All right, cool. Okay, let me just, is it visible to everybody?
Yes.
So the word of the day, captivating. Phoebe, use it 1. Idalia, use it 1. Basanti on chat, 1. And Joel, 1 on the chat. For improper grammatical usage or suggestion for improvement, there's only one that I managed to capture, and that's turn me. I think what Mac trying to say is turn to me. That would be. And lastly, I have a lot of wonderful phrases and quotes and thoughts and words that I'd like to share with everybody. Number 1 from Mac, everybody grieves in their own way. And I like silent conversation. And if you're grieving, just reach out. And deteriorating. So these are the beautiful quote, sentences and words that Mac used. Food, and for Joel, as food brings the cultural diversity closer, diaspora, commonality, detriment, and languages connect people. So these are the phrases that Joel used that I find it really beautiful. And for Fahas, shy away, to avoid. And a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step from our from Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu. And then from Simba, it's boats that went aground. And from Tanu, happiness and smiles are good friends. And lastly, from Jovina, for the HAPPY, health, adaptability, peace, play, and you. So that's all from me. Baby, back to you.
Thank you so much. You're very observant. They've been able to take note of who spoke our word of the evening, and also noted some gems and germs.
Yes.
In this evening's meeting. We now call on our counter, please.
Yes.
Roger, Toastmaster Roger.
Yes, fellow Toastmasters. I will be going through a list. We had 37 people strong today, and I'll only mention those that I might have heard something around ums. And just to kind of illustrate 2 things that may be not common around things that I've heard. One is false starts. For example, when someone says something and then in mid-flight, they reset, but then when they do that, that's like a false start. And then the other one is something that some other member we had mentioned as well, something called a lip smack. So when someone maybe speaks about something and then they just go, that's like a lip smack. Okay, so just wanted to make sure that that's what I mean when I say it. Okay, so now I'm going to run down the list. So first one, we had Terry. He had 1 false start and one word of the day, but that was mentioned. Next one is April, 1 false start as well, and 1 okay. Eliza had 1 false start. Delia had 3 false starts. Phoebe had 2 ahs and 5 false starts. Kim had 1 ah. Angela had 1 false start. Albert had 1 so and 1 false start. Field had 2 ums. Janet had 1 Nancy had 1 so. Mac had 2 false starts. Joel had 3 false starts. Uncle Simba had 1 so and 1 false start. Thomas, word of the day. April also word of the day. Tanu, word of the day. Javina had a number of ahs and 3 so's, 1 false start, and 1 lip smack. Vasanthi had 1 word of the day, and Joseph had 1 word of the day. And these are something I noted also in the chat that I also wanted to include. And that's my report. Thank you.
Roger, you're now ready to deliver your speech. You wanted to deliver your speech to a large audience, and I believe you are able to do that with your DJ voice. You will. I would like to now. Would like to appreciate that, and would like to call on our timer, let's see how we fared in our use of time.
Okay, thank you, General Evaluator. The timing, all right,
That's
the
good.
timer report for prepared speeches. Our first speaker is 7 minutes, 5 seconds. Our second speaker is 7 minutes, 38 seconds. As for table topics, our first speaker is 2 minutes, 38. Second speaker is 1 minute 45 seconds. Third speaker 1 minute 44. Our last table topic speaker is 2 minutes 10 seconds. For the evaluation segment, Albert is 5 minutes and 25 seconds. Terry is 3 minutes 15. April is 3 minutes and 27. That is the report of the day.
Thank you so much for managing our time. I believe our time is running up and we have so much to learn from this evening's meeting. Everybody's felt like they're over the moon. So much to say, but little time. So I believe I need to go back and bring it back to our Toastmaster of the evening. Thank you so much, everyone. This was an amazing meeting.
Wow, 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 wow. What a great evening and evaluation session from our distinguished Toastmaster, Phoebe Pandon. Thank you so much. Excellent job to all of you, and it's been a pleasure to be your Toastmaster of the day tonight. And I hope this is not your first time, world travelers, to visit Thailand online. It's been a pleasure, and kapun maka. Let me return back the virtual stage to our president.
I think it's goes to me. Thank you very much for Thailand Toastmasters. No, I'm going to pass to April after this, right? Correct, April? Yeah. So she's going to close. Thank you very much for having us, world travelers. Kap kun kap. I don't know how to say another things. Haven't learned. So, so it's a very great meeting for today. I really learned a lot from everyone. Everyone did a very good job. And I really amazed with all the speakers, also the table topics, everything. And the best part, the best moment that I'm going back, and I will tell all my friends in my WhatsApp, in my Facebook, is we have a doctor inside the operation theater with us. It was like so amazing.
Yeah.
And we have the nurse, everything. Where you can find this kind of meeting, if not in joint meetings like this. So I hope everyone, all of you also can join us for our next trip on the 23rd of March. We are going to Yangon or Myanmar, Yangon Toastmaster Club. For everyone who wants to know what is our next trip and flight, just for your information, World Travelers is not just in one place. We are going to visit all the clubs all around the world. So follow us in our Facebook, World Travelers Toastmaster Club. And thank you very much, Thailand Online Toastmaster. A very pleasant evening to be here. And thank you very much, my partner, President April Arandia.
Thank you so much, TM Eliza, and happy birthday to you. I'm singing here all alone. Happy birthday. And everyone, please vote for the best table topic respondents. You have 5 seconds to do that because we are actually over time. Okay, while we are waiting for the best table topic respondents, let me first take a photo. Please open your camera. Everybody, please open your camera if possible. Okay, and please stop sending messages because it will appear on the chat box. Okay, just, hey, hold on for a moment. Let me just take a photo. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. Let me first save it. I'm so sorry, it's taking time. I hope you had fun tonight. And sorry if we are late. It's already 5:37 in my time, which means we are late for 7 minutes. Can I take another photo for the second group? Okay, hold on. Ready, set, smile. Please, hey, come on, please don't send message. Okay. Hold on. Come on. I cannot take a photo if someone is sending a message. Please, hold on. Ready?
There.
1, 2, 3, smile. Okay.
Merry
We're done.
Christmas.
Done.
And this meeting is very exciting, even the preparation of the meeting. I love the energy. Thank you so much, everyone. Let me now announce the winner for the best table topic. DTM Tanu. It's already covered. Can you just tell the best table topic respondent? I can't see your message now.
Okay. The table topic winner is double F. DTM Fahaz Farouk. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, DTM Farhad. Sorry earlier. We will send you your certificate via email. And just for the sake of being over time, may I please close the meeting 152. Thank you so much, everyone. For those who want to stay, you can stay. We will ask for feedback if it's okay for you. And for those who cannot, we understand. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you learned something tonight. We can give, and we also learned a lot from World Traveler Toastmasters Club. Thank you so much. Okay. Anyone who would like to say anything, impression, or things that we can improve, we will accept it. Okay, TM Jovina, would you like to say something?
I landed here because of a newsletter that Sling just sent. Because I myself, I'm a world traveler. I was traveling the world for 2 years on this scooter. So I thought, okay, when I saw that, I was like, okay, yeah, I think I found the club. So I am here today. I'm glad to be meeting everybody from different parts of the world. It's really interesting because due to the COVID, the pandemic, a part of my identity as a traveler has been taken away, like being able to meet people from different parts of the world. So I'm really, really very happy to be listening and interacting with all of you Toastmasters from different corners of the world. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, TM Jovina. What about you, TM Saying Zhu from World Traveler Toastmasters Club?
Thank you, April. I really love this combined meeting. It brings me back to great memories in Thailand. And Jovina, thanks for reading my newsletter and coming to World Travelers. Because of it, very honored to inspire you to make this move. And I look forward to more meetings with all of you next time. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you so much, TM Saying. And the VPE World Traveler Toastmasters Club. You want to say something, and would you like to show yourself? The VPE of World Traveler.
Thank you, April. I'm unfortunately unable to turn on my camera. I don't know whether I have to wait for the host. Never mind, because we are coming to the end of the meeting. I would like to say that thank you for hosting us. It's our second chapter meeting, and we just enjoyed and got enriched from the fellow Toastmasters at today's meeting. And I'm sure everybody is beaming with happiness and smiles because we visited the land of smiles.
That's right. Thank you so much.
Thank
TM.
you.
Okay, what
And
about
you? And any of the Toastmasters here would like to know more about us, you keep watching out for the updates on the Facebook, and you could always join us anytime. Hassle-free, mask-free, baggage-free, travel to any destination around the world. Just be a fellow traveler. All you need is just some time commitment on a Saturday night. Stop bubbing, join us.
Okay, I will connect to President Eliza.
Yeah.
Thanks
Thank you so much.
Okay, TM Ram. Any words?
Hello.
Yeah.
Any words?
Yes.
I missed some of this meeting, my own fault. I do apologize. Contest overran, and I don't like leaving things halfway, but I'm glad I attended this meeting. I will go back and review the recording because I don't like to miss a single meeting, especially if it's a joint meeting. I did see a good speeches today. I did actually pick up on those. Well done for all the speakers who put their hand up to do a speech. Fantastic, well done. I'm going to come back again when we don't have a joint meeting because I want to see how the professionals do it.
Okay, thank you so much for your honesty, and you will never be punished for your honesty. Thank you so much, TM Ram. And you are welcome here anytime. TM Kathy To.
This is our second chapter meeting, like what Vasanthi has shared, and we look forward to more because having to join meeting across different parts of the world is different style. Even within District 80 itself, I think even within your own district, you will have different clubs having different type of meeting structure. We join meeting across the world. It's not just on meeting structures, on cultures, on language, and like what Joel has shared, even for him, language is one part of connecting with people besides food. So we hope that having joint meeting with clubs, this will bring us closer if it's cheaper for our podcast.
Yes, thank you so much. And I do agree with that. We learned a lot, so much, especially during offline tasks, preparing this meeting. We have like conversations and we have to reconcile all the ideas. That's really fun. That was really fun. Okay, TM Nancy Winston, you want to say something? I'm calling those who haven't spoken yet. From World Traveler. Okay. Anyone who would like to speak? TM Thomas.
Oh, hi. I thought I almost want to go and sleep already. But yeah, I mean, it's a fun chapter meeting, good activity to have on a Saturday night, looking for something to learn. And I think this is a good activity where we can learn and have fun at the same time. Today here at District 80, it was a very busy afternoon. There were like 5 contests going on. And I think some of us, we were at multiple places at the same time. So good to have something slow paced, fun, and yet we are able to learn from as well. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you. Anyone would like to speak? H. Kim. TMH Kim. Yes, Uncle Simba. Long time no see.
Yeah, long time no see. Yeah, please don't spotlight the speaker, otherwise I can't see the timer. That's the only thing. That's all only. Okay. The rest is nice still as usual. Just haven't landed here for a long time. Yeah. I think Hakim is driving at the moment. That's Yeah. Where's the grandpa? Hope the grandpa has opened. Is able to answer.
I'm driving. I'm driving at the moment. But I almost forgotten to tune in, but I wanted to tune in because Gerald's always been talking about this Thailand online club. So I thought I would drop by to see how it is. And yeah, such a wonderfully organized meeting. I didn't get to say much today, but I think the people who spoke were far better speakers. So I was happily enjoying and listening and learning from the speakers today. Hope to visit more. Thailand was the first country I went out of Singapore and Malaysia. So I hope to go there again soon.
You go there do what? You go Thailand do what?
I was serving in the military, sir.
Oh.
What about TM Angela? DTM or TM? I'm not sure.
DT, I'm not sure. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, Angela.
It's the
Merry
second
Christmas
time. I
to you
think.
and happy birthday. I particularly liked the little piece about the country, so that each time we have a meeting, we'll learn about a new place. I thought that was the absolute best bit for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, even though it was a little bit late. I was over the moon. That's I forgot. Okay, anything else? Would like to say something? Okay, I think that's it. Thank you so much, especially to the President, President Eliza, for organizing with us this joint meeting. I learned a lot, we learned a lot, and we have so much fun tonight. So good night, everyone, and see you next time. We will keep in touch with the President to get the information.
Also, happy birthday, yeah.
It's your birthday, right?
No,
Happy
your
birthday,
also.
Liza.
Happy
April
birthday.
also. No, April also birthday, right? Because your name is April.
Wow, hey, humorous speech contest, this one.
Okay, thank you. But it's not today.
Yeah, I know, but same like me, but we are born in April. So like DTM Tano say, you and me we have a connection.
Oh yes, you're both Aries.
Eliza,
Yes,
you're
our
in Queens.
Marian is saying something. Our Marian, yes. Kim Lo.
Yes, sorry. Oh no,
You
no,
raised-
I was I was just going to wish Eliza a happy birthday.
Okay.
Not yet, Kim, don't worry, we will celebrate later.
Yeah.
On the 16th, yeah. You know what I want?
Oh yes, I'll do my best to give it to you, my dear.
Thank you so much, everyone, and thank you for the role takers. Goodbye.
Good night. Thank you, DTM Tano. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to Thailand Toastmaster.
Happy Mangoes Day.
Yeah.
Durian, durian, where is the durian?
Durian,
Goodbye.
durian. Bye bye.
Good night.
Good night.